Good morning, afternoon, whenever it's fun, you guys. This is Rogue Mystic Divination with your Hump Day Tarot, and there's going to be three piles for you to choose from, and it's 3 cards at minimum. There may be more later on, but we'll see how it goes as we go through the process. And I don't know why, but I have been listening to I've always done it, but I've been posting or about to try to post the music that I've been listening to while doing these reads, so especially on the dailies. And I'll try and link it down in the first comment there with a few other links and whatever, but right now it is Danzig with Her Black Wings, so that could mean something to you. It could mean something for you. There could be a message there, and I'll let you take from that what you will, but I haven't done any readings yet today. The ones that I put up for the 10th are from yesterday whenever I recorded them, and they should be up by now. I am trying to get them out the day before, but it just has not been working out with signal and everything, so still hope it helps you guys out, and I'm doing this shuffle part and parcel because we want to make sure we get everything mixed in. I should have probably done this before I started recording, but we are finally at 500, so thank you guys very, very much for 500 subscribers and all the views and watch time. Still trying to get that watch time up though, so if you can, well, watch time and engagement, so if you can, please be sure to like and subscribe if you're not already, and maybe even leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji down there. And we are almost there, I promise. I feel like today is very functional dysfunction because I have I'm not kidding, 30 tabs open on the 2 different Chrome browsers that I have open, and DaVinci is open with 30 files in there and in my media pool, and it's going and it's a process, but I'll also have the links down there below for hopefully I'll actually remember to do it this time with the times for the piles. So yeah, if you are just listening to this in the background, thank you very much, and final shuffle. Alright, here we go. Without delay, or with great delay, I guess, we've got our 3 piles, which are not in frame because make it make sense, right? Alright. Kind of like doing solitaire, right? Alright, pick your pile, guys, and the song is now Seer from Witch. Which is awesome because I didn't even... This is just a random kind of playlist of, you'll like a song, and it's yeah, that's pretty cool, but then there's other songs that you kind of identify with a little bit more, and that's the playlist that I have going right now. So I have so many playlists everywhere that I possibly can that it's ridiculous. It's a hand-fisted attempt at being organized, but it never is, and I maybe listen to maybe 5 of the playlists on a regular basis. There we go. Still fighting off some kind of cold or whatever, guys. So here we go with pile 1. We've got the double, because why wouldn't we have the double, right? And these are going to get much better. We've got the double, and we've got All right, I really want to say that there is the possibility of someone coming in and bringing you news that they don't want to bring you. They are tied to you for one reason or another, and they have been charged to give you this message. I'm almost surprised that there isn't a knight with this message, but we're only doing 3 cards. So, with that being said, with the devil coming up there, it's almost as though either you are playing devil's advocate or somebody else is. I really want to put emphasis on that somebody else, because it's leading to this 9 of Pentacles for you. It's going to lead to your financial independence somehow, and however this works out, this double that's showing up, possibly a Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. They're coming in to tell you something because somebody else was supposed to, but they didn't. Somebody else was meant to give you this message, and this person is doing this begrudgingly because this is something they should not have to do. This doesn't bring bad news for you or really anyone, but someone was really holding on to this. And that's why there is this sudden awareness. It's possible that this other person that was supposed to be bringing you in this information, that they just didn't want you to have this. Yeah, with this 4 of Cups, and they could have felt like you didn't deserve this, like you weren't supposed to have this for one reason or another. And they may have crafted some kind of story behind this that, oh, well, they didn't want it. They didn't want to have anything to do with you or me, or, you know, possibly a family group or some kind of other kind of group. And like, well, if they haven't reached out by this time, they're not a part of the family. They're not a part of the association or whatever this is. And now I know I keep saying family. However, this could have something to do with a union, some kind of investment group, and you may not be aware of how your funds were being used or how much your investment ended up yielding, and there could have been some kind of investment account that you forgot about, like a 401k from an old job, something along those lines where you didn't think it was going to be anything, so you just kind of left it there, and now it's like someone is forcing you to take this information now, but it's for your benefit. I know it's a really odd way to kind of put that, but this is something that you've withdrawn from, and whenever you get done dealing with this, this is like whenever you cash this out, whenever you diversify your funds, reinvest it in other places, you're never going to have to deal with this again. This checking in for realignment with the 4 of Cups in reverse, that's kind of a good way to put what you're doing with your energy. It's like you're taking your resources, regardless of what it is, whether it's money or physical things or just energy, your attention, you're taking it and you're putting it someplace else. You are diversifying where it is that you're putting what you have. So that's a very good way to see that. Checking for realignment is diversifying your resources and putting them to better use. It could be that there was a time limit. I'd also be aware for some of you to ensure that you keep checking your mailbox and pay attention to what it is that you're receiving. Something that looks like junk mail may not be junk mail. If you're thinking it's just something like, oh, hey, we'd like you to come work for us again, open it and read it. Open it and read it, because there's going to be something that you initially will disregard that's going to be very important for you. And it will end up in you having a I still want to say that even with the Nine of Cups, or the Nine of Pentacles here, that, well, since I said Nine of Cups, this is some form of wish fulfillment, and it will lead to your financial independence, but you'll have to manage things modestly. And if you want to go to the work of investing in something, ensure that you're letting the investment work for you. Stick to your plans, and it will be greatly to your benefit over time, but you do have to be patient. All right, we are going on to pile 2. Three of Pentacles. There has been a lot of teamwork energy coming up in general on the dailies, which is not surprising because you typically will have to work as part of a group whenever you go to your job, or if you're part of a family. And yeah, sorry. I know this is blown out. One day I will fix this. I will have my lighting fixed, but it's just not yet. Pile 2, you are preparing, but it feels like this preparation has been endless. When is this preparation going to stop for you? Are you just using it as an excuse to, kind of an excuse to defer? Like, if you don't want to go do something, you just say, well, I need to work on this. I need to focus on this. I have something else I have to work on. And it's really like this is an endless project. Ensure that you are not just using it as an excuse, or if it has kind of been relegated to that, it's like your long-standing excuse of, well, I have something else to do, and it's this, and it's not something that you're a part of, and it's not something you want to have anything to do with. As far as other people go, they're not going to want to touch this. They can't be a part of it, and it's like they don't ask questions. They know not to ask questions about it. With this Three of Pentacles in reverse, though, there is more and more of this group conflict, and always with the Eight of Swords, with the shallow emotion, if anything, it's just enough emotion for people to trip over. Like you could look at this person, you could look at these people and say they're tripping, or I'm sorry, they be tripping. that is the overall kind of phrase that I have with these 3 cards. Like, you're trying to go on a trip and get out of this, but it's like you can almost never get there. You may just have to bite the bullet and just go, knowing that you are kind of ill prepared, but you have more than you may think. And if you keep adding to what it is that you're taking with you, it may be harder for you to really get out of the situation that you're in now. So if you're trying to get receipts on something that's happening at work, like some kind of abuse or fraud or something, you may just have to give up the ghost and go with what you have now. And it will be enough to solidify your case, but it's also one of those situations where you kind of have to look out for yourself and help people out whenever you can. But if you keep lingering in this position, you're not going to be able to help yourself out while you're trying to help out other people, and no one's going to achieve anything. It's possible that what it is that you're working on right now could set a kind of landmark event, you know what, since I'm listening to music right now, I'm kind of pushed to say, like, well, or reference the whole Godzilla thing, right? There was a band called Godzilla. They were using Godzilla as their band name, and it went to court. It went to court because the Japanese government, or the Japanese people, like however you wanted to put it, they did not want the good name of Godzilla associated with a metal band that sounded demonic. Essentially, that's kind of what it boiled down to. Now, don't take my word for it. Look it up if you're interested to find out how that went. But they are no longer called Godzilla. They are now Gojira, and that's where I'm going to leave that. But you could feel like you're trapped in this position because you do want to care about other people. But it is something like kind of landmark about that. Can an entire country request that, it sounded like that. I didn't really follow it too closely, but they were talking about licensing and the name and everything. And there's a whole thing with media because, if you're into kind of case law and stuff, it'll be easy to find that information in that case. I think they pushed it down to licensing and said, well, this is a trademark name, whatever. You can't use it. And they had to, I believe they had to give part of their royalties and stuff to whoever owns it. But whoever owns the whole thing of Godzilla. But I don't know why I'm so hyper-focused on that now. Because I'm listening to Typo Negative at the moment. But we have... Yeah, every time I look at the Eight of Swords anymore, I can't get away from that pool of water that's there in the bottom. It's like, oh yeah, all this communication is standing between you and feeling something very, very shallow. It's like... And you're not even getting your feet wet. Like, you might be getting a toe wet, but that's about it. Like, someone's attempting to say, oh, well, we want you to feel like, whatever company you work with, whatever business that you work with is family. Like, we have a culture, and that's bullshit, and you're just using this to screw me over and make me drop my defenses so that you find out something that you can fire me for and get away with it and not pay unemployment, that kind of situation. So keep your guards up. And it's interesting how with the Three of Wands over here and the Three of Swords or the Eight of Swords, both of those implements are standing straight up and they're buried in the ground at some point. So you have a good reason to feel the way you do, and you have good communication to base that off of. And it seems like if you're trying to work with a team, it's not your fault if it's not working out, because at this point, it's not about how anybody feels. It's not. It's about what's being said, how it's being said, and how that's being utilized. Because if someone blames you for using their words against them, that's what they're doing to you. Because you have something. You have purpose and reason for communicating in the way that you do, and they may not be willing to confront that or be open about why that is. Because, as usual, the wand suit is always about passion and following your kind of gut energy. The a part of that is soul drive too, so do not discount that. Follow your intuition, and you may end up finding a certain set of communication, because it seems like someone is doing something behind the scenes and they're kind of causing this calamity for a reason. And it could end up affecting your money, even though there's only the Three of Pentacles there, and that talks about hands-on practical work. You do the hands-on practical work for a reason, and if somebody seems like they are misaligned, then they are, and they are for a reason. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in for pile 2. We are now moving on to pile 3, and thank you guys for tuning into Hump Day. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And here we go. We've got it seems like the challenge is coming to you. You don't have to go look for a fight. It is coming to you. If you're waiting for some kind of communication, we've got all of this going on, and the only thing that you need to focus on is maintaining control. Someone could be trying to trigger your inner child, pile 3. However, there is this manipulation here with this. Like, they're trying to bring up something from the past, something from their childhood, where they're putting emphasis on what happened to them and how it made them feel, even if it happened to you. They were an observer, and somehow that affected them greatly, but they want to say that it affected them more than it affected you. With the Queen of Cups showing up in this position, it feels like there is a third person, maybe an older woman, but it doesn't seem like they're that old. So maybe you had a mother who had you young, and they're trying to kind of control the information and control how people feel about whatever the situation was, because they were a part of it. Like, oh, that didn't happen. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Well, really, we tried to get you therapy and it just didn't work out. So I don't really know why it is that you had that much of a problem with it. This happened and you're just supposed to let that go. All you can do is like move on and let it go and walk away and never address it again. And how does that exactly work for some people? I don't get it. But I don't know. I guess if it works out for them, it works out for them. It doesn't work for everybody, that's for sure. Now, the Queen of Cups is trying to nurture the emotion of a situation, but I think it's out of manipulation to make their life easier, to maintain a calm environment that they don't have to manage. So this is going to be the shortest one out of the three piles, guys, and I'm sorry, because this seems like this is very clear cut, maybe even something you've already walked away from. And if that is the case, then this is just, I want to say it's a warning that this person could be coming back up. They could be trying to find you to confront you about this for some reason. But it seems like they may have something else going on too. And it's not gonna be revealed right away. So be careful. The Queen is nurturing a certain feeling, a certain emotion about a situation, and kind of trying to control the waters and how they run, but that doesn't really work out too well in the long term. And maybe that's what happened. Maybe this control that she has tried to have, it's like, oh no, I'm taking care of things. I'm nurturing, I'm healing a situation by ignoring it. Yeah, see how well that works out whenever the river runs over and your house floods out and you're right at the riverbank, right? Same kind of idea, but it's all about emotional context, and I really feel you feel very strongly about this situation, and this person's idea, it feels like it's a younger person, is never going to let go of their image, their surface level, how things look, because they get something out of this. It really seems to be like the Queen of Cups is the enabler, and it is possible that it's a Leo or some other kind of a fire sign, but more emphasis on what their sun sign is. They could have broken down their life to the point where they don't know who they are or what they are without being defined by somebody else, and maybe they took what their sun sign is in astrology and just decided that they were going to exhibit all of the qualities of what everyone else puts that sun sign down to. It's like fitting the archetype in a book. It's almost like, you know what? I'm going to say this too, because this is coming up. It's almost like a D&D character. Like they're playing their life as a D&D character. Not with the whole environment and everything like that, but they just have this personal idea of who and what they are. Like they are a paladin knight, so they're holy and righteous in their physical action, and that is what their focus is. And no matter what the true results of their actions are, in their mind they'll kind of justify everything and work it into their story. So yeah, be aware of that person. That seems like that's kind of a dangerous position to be in. And it's not like they're schizophrenic. It's not like they're schizophrenic or there's anything else going on there. It's just like they decide that this is how it's going to be, and that's how it's going to be, and other people can get the program and believe them, and if not, then they are the enemy. And it still feels like it's very surface level, kind of covering up, kind of a masking to cover up their carelessness and their and it's coming off as arrogance. Yeah, guys, I'm going to leave that there because it just is feeling like the same thing over and over again. This is someone who's kind of a conceited jackass who has this holier-than-thou kind of vision of themselves, and this Queen of Cups is just enabling this person because it's like, oh, well, that's how they are, you know? They will let go how it is that they are because that's just how they are, but it's almost as though they're micromanaging everything about you because they don't want to face the problem with this person. It really is feeling like this is a some kind of parent who takes on that role of nurturing things in their children, and which really both parents should, but in that nurturing, they're also nurturing that competition in order to maintain control. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. We recently hit 500. It happened last night right before I went to sleep, so it was awesome. And I do still need to get my watch time up, so thank you guys very much for everything that you contribute to the channel. Please continue to tune in, and I am changing a few things, doing some more stuff on the channel, and I hope you guys like it. If you enjoyed Hump Day, ensure that you check out the What the Hell series that I have going on, released on Sundays. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you guys later.